Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Jamin's Daily. Episode number 9, to be exact. Today's Monday, August the 24th, and we're going to try to do an episode every day this week, folks at home. So I hope you're excited to get into some topics, find the juicy details that we like to cover here on Jamin's Daily. So we'll get started with COVID hugs. Folks, this is a thing that's going on. A gentleman was giving COVID hugs in a Walmart. Some man went up to a lady and gave her a hug and then told her, "You have COVID now." Pretty crappy thing to do. The lady, who was a cancer survivor, told the cops, reported him. There is surveillance. We will put it on the green screen, folks at home, so you can see there's a villain who's giving hugs. The cops want to charge him now with assault and making terrorist threats. So get a good look at him, folks. If you see him run, he may allure you. He may try to entice you with free hugs. But if you see him, you must report him. If you see something, say something, folks. Moving along to from one crazy to the next. QAnon. QAnon had a big shindig over the weekend. And they had rallies all over the place, apparently. 200 locations. I did not see any people. But doesn't mean they weren't somewhere. And there's some photos of them on the interwebs. So they must have been out there. QAnon, folks. Remember, the crazy conspiracy theorist. Or maybe they just know something we don't. But according to Huffington Post, hundreds of believers of the dangerous conspiracy theory QAnon rallied in Hollywood on Sunday, just days after President Donald Trump praised the cult-like group. Is it a cult? Like, if you get into QAnon, can you not get out? Or do they shun you out? If you want to leave QAnon, I don't know. If you know, folks at home, email me, jaminsdaily@gmail.com. I want to know the ins and outs of QAnon. Because it's very, this article here on Huffington Post obviously turns them into a villain. But now I'm curious. What are these people all about? QAnon believers follow the postings of Q, an anonymous individual who claims to be a high-ranking official working with Trump to take down a supposed cabal of satanic worshipping pedophiles who have breached the highest levels of government. I don't know. Could be true. Sounds plausible to me. More than 200 Facebook and Instagram events called for demonstrators to spread awareness about child sex trafficking across the U.S. on Saturday. Well, listen, that is a very noble thing to raise awareness about child sex trafficking. So if, whatever you want to say about QAnon, at least, hey, they're bringing some awareness to an evil that needs to be exposed. But then the critics come in. Basically just saying what I just said, but in reverse. This is not about pedophiles, Whitney Phillips, an assistant professor of communication and rhetorical studies at Syracuse University, told NBC News. This is not about child protection. This is about a conspiracy theory that's trying to couch itself in other terms to get more people involved and sympathetic. Couch itself? It's a strange way to describe it. But this lady's trying to say that just because they're doing a good thing doesn't mean they're good, okay? QAnon's still bad, according to Whitney Phillips. So, QAnon. Again, folks, if you know some of these people, I think they operate in the shadows. But if you know somebody who knows somebody, have them email me at my Gmail, jaminsdaily at gmail.com. Moving along, something a little less crazy. Batman. There's a new Batman coming out. The guy, something Patterson, he was in the vampire movie. It's been a while, so he's older. And he's going to be Bruce Wayne, Batman. And they just released a trailer. And it doesn't look bad. I've seen, I think, every Batman movie, so I'll probably likely see this one as well. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go to the movie theater anytime soon. That's just me, folks at home. I encourage you to go out and spend money, be a good consumer. But this article, Yahoo, and what I'm going to share with you, folks at home, was a top. There's 9. They ranked the Batmans, the actors who play Batman, from 9 to 1. And I'll let you know who my personal favorite is as we look at this list. And this list is from Insider, The Insider, by Jason Garasio. See if he's on point or not. He may be way off. So he's got number 9, folks at home. Number 9 is George Clooney from Batman and Robin in 1997. Yeah, that one was a pretty weak performance of Batman. That was like at the height. That was before Batman got dark again, The Dark Knight. This Batman kind of played off of the Batman Forever with Val Kilmer. There was more lighting, more comic brightness, I guess. I don't know. The way it was produced, different type of Batman. Then they have number 8 is a gentleman named Lewis G. Wilson, who played Batman in 1943. I have no idea about that, so we'll skip him. Robert Lowry from 1949. Will Arnett from the Batman Lego movie. Now, that movie is hilarious, folks. I recommend you watch it. I don't know if it's the 2004 or the 2017. No, the 2017, the Lego Batman movie. I think that's the one I've seen. Hilarious. Ben Affleck comes in at number 5. You know, I didn't hate Ben Affleck as Batman. He did a decent job. Val Kilmer's number 4. Adam West, number 3. Christian Bale, number 2. And Michael Keaton. Actually, that is my favorite. So this guy from The Insider has good taste. Because Michael Keaton from Batman, the original Batman, 1989. Well, not the originals, obviously all these other ones. But from kind of the modern era, 1 and 2. He was a good Batman. Folks at home, if you have your own countdown, is there somebody you prefer? Let us know here at Jamin's Daily. Email us, jaminsdaily@gmail.com. Moving along, let's find here on the interwebs, folks, some sad stories, sad news relating to Corona. So, we're all supposed to follow the rules. Be a good person. Let me get that out. Be a good person and follow the rules. Folks in Peru, South America, in Peru, were out clubbing, dancing the night away, and the cops showed up and raided it. And guess what happened? So you're in a crowded disco. The police show up. Everybody runs because they don't want to get in trouble. And there's a stampede. People proceed to be trampled to death. How terrible. 13 people die, get crushed to death, suffocated likely, in Peru nightclub. All because they lack They were over lack of social distancing. How ironic. They, I wonder if their deaths are going to go down as COVID deaths. I bet they will. Those are 13 more people who died from COVID, even though they got trampled. Moving along, Alyssa Milano, Rose McGowan. There's a feud going on. This takes us to the juicy topic of Me Too, folks. Alyssa Milano, I think she tries to take credit, or maybe she did coin the phrase Me Too. Hashtag pound me. No, hashtag. Hashtag. Is it hashtag Me Too? I think that's how it goes. Okay. Hashtag Me Too movement. And very politically active. Apparently, she thinks she's the boss. Who's the boss? Alyssa Milano thinks she's the boss. She's always trying to tell people what to do, how to think. Good for her. Now she's getting some clap back. Rose McGowan coming back, calling her hypocrite, calling her a phony. This Rose McGowan has been coming after lots of folks. All kinds of folks. Left and right, all over the place. She has spared nobody. And now she's coming after Alyssa Milano, calling her a fraud, and said that Milano made their Charmed set. I remember that show a little bit. It's kind of old now. These are has-beens, folks, mostly. So they were on a popular show like 15 years ago. But Alyssa Milano made this set, apparently, according to Rose McGowan, toxic. We talked about toxic workplaces. And this one apparently was toxic because Alyssa Milano made it that way. So who knows? Who do you believe, folks at home? Let me know. Alyssa Milano or Rose McGowan? And there's a third. They can equally be wrong or crazy is the third option. That's option C. You can email me that at jaminsdaily@gmail.com. Finally, folks, for this quick, we're going to call these vignettes. Can we call it a vignette? Can something that's 15 minutes long be a vignette? I got to do some research on maybe terms within filming of sorts, I guess. What do they call these things? Just a quick clip, 15 minutes. That's about where this video is going to be at, folks. Kamala Harris. No. Crap. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Kamala, I believe. Kamala Harris. Duped by Greta Thunberg impersonator in climate change phone call slamming Trump. So Kamala Harris is on a show that gets called in. The person calling in, they're two pranksters, comedians. I think they're either Russian or Ukrainian. And they're claiming to be this Greta Thunberg climate change young girl. I think she's 14 or 15 or something. And the father, they're talking to Kamala Harris, and they then make up a story. Let me tell you, folks at home, because you're probably not going to hear about this. The jokesters tell Kamala Harris that at the UN, apparently at the UN a year ago or something like that, Trump and this Greta Thunberg were there at the same time, and the jokesters told Kamala that they had Trump on tape talking to Greta and being, typical Trump, mean, abusive, abrasive, who knows what he said. They're alleging that he said some crazy things and that it's on tape. Kamala Harris, what does she do? This happened in January, apparently. It's just now being, I think, leaked on the interwebs. She encouraged, she's like, oh, really? you need to get with my people. Let me get my aide to talk to you about this. And then, she leaves. She does act kind of cool, a cool customer. She's leaving her exit. That's because now if you ask her, she's like, oh, I knew I didn't do anything wrong. They pranked me. These people had apparently pranked other famous people too. But the whole story on this situation is now Kamala Harris is vice president nominee on the Democratic ticket. She gets fooled by a bunch of Ukrainian pranksters on a talk show. And during that prank, Kamala Harris was down with getting some information from Greta Thunberg that would hurt Trump. Can't make this up, folks. It was on the interwebs, so it has to be true. And with that, folks, we're going to call it a day. Stick with us. The best is yet to come.